Hi guys! Okay, the overwhelming amount of comments that I've received from you guys for me to make this video, I've decided why not give you guys what you want. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about psychology hacks to get your crush to like you because I'm a psychology student. And just as usual, as we're going to be going through these hacks, they're going to be getting less and less basic, and I'm going to be definitely putting the best for last. But that doesn't mean that the first tip is going to be basic, because we're gonna be starting off strong with priming. So basically, priming is where exposure to something influences how the person judges something else. And I'm going to be giving you an example with this hack. So basically, people tend to rate the other person that they're talking to as more likable when they're holding a warm drink in their hand as opposed to a cold drink. How you might use this, you may ask? Well, it is winter right now, so if you're going to be going somewhere with your crush, maybe pop in for a hot cup of chocolate. Having a warm cup is going to affect their perception of you as a more warm and likable person in that moment. But also, disclaimer, please don't do this in summer, because getting someone a hot chocolate when it's 30 degrees Celsius outside is definitely a recipe for getting someone to hate you. Going strong with the mindset tip that is based on psychology of how people tend to like other people, we're going to talk about this one thing that everyone, including myself, tends to do when you have a crush. Let's see if you guys can relate to this story. So basically, let's say you have a crush on someone, you like someone, and your friends are asking you if you want to hang out on Saturday. And in your head, all of a sudden, there's this tiny freaking voice. If you and your crush are already talking, or maybe you sometimes see each other, that voice goes like, wait, but we kind of need to have free space for my crush. Like, what if my crush wants to hang out on Saturday and then I'm gonna be busy on Saturday? Or maybe your crush did ask you out, but you already had plans and you just canceled on your friends in order to go see your crush. Not to talk bad about Ariana Grande's song Positions, but when you're jumping through hoops for your crush, it actually makes you less likable to them. Here's why. People usually tend to like people who have a mind of their own, and they're not always crazy available. Confidence and scarcity are some of the important factors that make someone attractive. At the same time, by always holding out space for your crush in your calendar, you're not making your own interesting plans, which are going to make you a more interesting person because you have a life outside of your crush. And I'm guilty of doing this too, so let's move on to the next tip. This one is a little more on the territory of the crazy psychology hacks to get your crush to like you that you guys so love on this channel. And basically, when I first read about this one, I was like, what do you mean? But it makes sense. So what this tip is actually having your freaking wrists visible when you're interacting with this person. Here's why. 70 or 80% of communication is actually nonverbal. When talking to someone, you're constantly sending cues through your body language, and having your wrists visible is a signal in a body language that is usually counted in a signal of, I'm not your enemy, you can trust me, I'm not holding any weapons, here are my hands. In one of the books that I'm reading, The Like Switch, the author talks about how there are certain friend signals and foe signals in body language, and the more friend signals someone displays makes the person more likable. Having your wrists visible is one of those friend signals. Okay, editing intervention, because I feel like I need to explain this for some people who will probably take this in the wrong way. This doesn't mean walk around with your hands in the air. This is like subtle and simple as like putting your hands on your desk instead of having them under your desk, or not standing with your hands in your pockets, especially in those like big hoodie pockets. Speaking of wrists and summer, your wrists usually are put on the table. When interacting with your crush, you might be really nervous. Like, you're constantly thinking, does this person like me? Am I talking way too fast? Am I coming off as weird? Oh my god, are they going to like me? Oh my god, why did I just say that? I'm such an idiot. This person will never like me. Stop. Here's the thing that is going to completely cut out that mental dialogue and make you come off as more confident when talking to your crush. What I want you to do is flip the freaking table. When you're talking to this person, you're probably thinking how this person is evaluating you, and you're really wondering, are you making the cut? Literally feeling like you're at a job interview just sitting across the table, like, am I making the cut? What I want you to do is flip that freaking table and become the person that is also evaluating them. Take off your mind of, do they like me? And instead put it on, what do I really like about this person? Is this person really that interesting? Are they impressing me right now? Remember that communication is a two-way street, and just as much as that person is looking at you and evaluating you when communicating with you, you're also evaluating them when communicating with them. And at the same time, if you, when talking to someone, aren't judging that person so harshly, being like, oh my god, like how could they say that one tiny thing? I am now so not attracted to them, I'm never gonna talk to them. You're not doing that, right? So why do you think they're doing that in the conversation with you? Remember that they're evaluating you just as much as you're evaluating them. And in the conversation with your crush, here is honestly one of the most attractive traits that anyone can have, and this is also based on psychology. So one, people love talking about themselves. There have literally been studies where people were given, like, I think it was like an amount of time, and they could get paid for not talking about themselves, or they could just talk about themselves and pass up the payment. A lot of people chose to talk about themselves over actually getting paid. Try to think about the time when you were having a conversation with someone and this person, they didn't go on their phone, they didn't halfway do something else while you were talking to them, and they actually made an effort to listen to you, look you in the eyes, and pay attention to what you were actually saying, and even ask meaningful questions about what you were saying, showing their genuine interest. How good did that make you feel? You probably felt really seen in that moment, and like you really liked this person. What can make you really like a person is when that person actually listens to you. So when with your crush, implement the rule that I always implement when I'm hanging out with someone, which is never checking my phone. I'm not checking notifications on Instagram. My phone is on freaking do not disturb mode, and make an effort to not just, as my favorite quote from Fight Club,
I really listen to you instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. Yeah.
Not just think about something that you're going to be saying next, but instead actually listen to what they're saying. Okay, next we gotta jump into a little bit of time travel and go to the videos that you guys kind of loved almost the most on my channel. So TARDIS, take us to 2020. Well, not in a bad way. The next hack I feel like is so cool. It is the cheerleader effect. The cheerleader effect is a cognitive bias, which just means that it's a tendency of us to perceive people as more attractive when they are within a group. How can you use the cheerleader effect to your advantage? Well, you can post more pictures of you with your group of friends on your Instagram doing some fun activity. Okay, this one is straight up from my psychology textbook, which is the matching hypothesis. Think about when you find out that someone likes your favorite band, you kind of tend to like that person more. Well, here's the thing, and it's exactly what you're thinking it is, but I'm definitely going to be giving you guys a sneakier and kind of like a cooler tip for this thing. So yeah, we tend to like the people who are more similar to us. So how you can use this to your advantage is by either pointing out the real similarities that you two have, but also make sure to do it naturally. Don't just go up to the person and be like, hey, you know how like you like the color green? Yeah, that's like my favorite color. Or don't fake this. And here's an easy way to do that, even if you guys don't really have that much in common. Let's say you and your crush are in a class and the teacher is asking you to write on a whiteboard. Pick the same colored marker as they do. Or when you have to like choose something somewhere, like for my school, I remember they would sometimes make us choose like notebooks and there would be like 3 different colors or something. If you can like pick the same color, it's not that big of a deal unless you absolutely hate that color. Or let's say you and your crush are even closer and you guys are maybe going somewhere together. If they order a drink, you can order the same drink. Unless it's something that you really hate, don't do that. But a drink is usually like something so small that if you don't mind, it's not a big deal, and it can kind of like subconsciously highlight the similarities between you two and make them feel more favorably about you. With this, I'm also going to tell you guys a little bit of every psychology student pretty much knows this. Wearing red makes the person perceived as more attractive. Largely, this is due to the association that we have with the color red, of associating it with love and all that fun stuff. But again, keep in mind that you also have to think about the individual differences, and maybe your crush really hates the color red, in which case wearing it is not going to make you attractive, but for the most part, it's true. But if you guys want to know the mistakes that you definitely need to avoid with your crush, and some things that I wish I knew about crushes in high school that would have saved me from so many freaking tears, then check out this video right here. If you want to know more psychology crush hacks, then I have a whole playlist. Subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much. Bye!